Welcome back to Creatures of Chaos, guys. It is another episode that we get to share with you.
But it's Wednesday.
It is. It's not Monday. We're recording on a Wednesday, so. But anyways, this one might pull at your heartstrings a little bit. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyways, so to start us off, we're actually going to start with our vocabulary. So, Bo, I'm going to let you take over, and then I'll take it back.
All right, folks. Hello, hello. Today, the vocab word of the day is intrinsic, or intrinsically.
I've heard this before.
I haven't.
I'm out.
I can't tell you what it means, but I've heard it.
And hold on, say it again.
Intrinsic.
Intrinsic.
Yeah,
Are you allowed to use it in a sentence?
No, because that gives it away.
Well, it did with that last word, but does it with this one?
Come in your lugubriousness.
I don't really have to think of a sentence. Oh my gosh, I'm really put on the spot.
Ooh, we're on another spelling bee. Yay!
I'm not going to put it in a sentence. I don't know.
Okay, hold on. I need you to say it one more time.
Intrinsic.
Intrinsic.
Intrinsically.
It makes you think of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Intrinsic. I'm going to go with... I got nothing.
Okay, so it means in essential or a natural way. And I thought of this word because I actually saw TikTok, R.I.P. TikTok. Could be gone by the time this episode's out. I don't know.
I don't think it will be.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but whatever. Someone was talking about like intrinsic parenting. And so like to be
Bad.
No, just something that like comes naturally to you, or like your
Instincts?
Yeah, kind of. But okay, so to like intrinsic parenting is like, okay, so your child has like a natural desire or like passion for something, you really like foster that. I don't know, like
Encouraging?
like you're intrinsically hilarious. It's just something that's there. It just comes natural.
So you lean into like their
it's just like
natural
something that like
traits.
yeah, kind of. But it can mean like a lot of like some people are just like intrinsically bad fucking people. You know what I mean? It's like to their core, that's just who they are. They're just bad.
Okay, so it's a big word for natural.
Yeah, just like something that
It's naturally like...
Okay.
Okay.
It's a pretty word.
Yeah.
I probably won't ever use it.
Fair enough.
It's fine. But anyways, so rudely of me, I forgot to introduce our guest.
Rude. Yeah.
So sorry.
People are just like, who's this one? Who's this? What's happening?
I got a little ahead of myself. So we have one of my good friends, Amanda, with us today, and she ties into our episode that we're doing today.
Hey, Amanda.
Welcome, Amanda. This is the first time I've ever met you. I find you delightful.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I've met you a few times.
A few times, yes.
Wait, this is the first time you've met her?
I think so.
What?
I
Maybe.
think we met at Howard's house once. Or the baby shower.
Oh, when I had Nardo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it
Were you
from
there?
the baby shower?
The baby shower, not the gender reveal. The gender reveal you tried.
That was the whole fun fact. I actually did go to the gender reveal. I was in the front yard panicking because there were so many people. There were so many people there. I started crying and I drove home over.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but you tried. That's all that matters.
True.
It's okay. But yes, we have Amanda with us today. We're very excited to have her here with us. And we will learn a bit of... Words are hard today. So sorry.
Was that even English?
No.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. We're going to learn a little bit about her and a little bit more about some of us today as well. So, for my What to Watch with KK, now let's see if you can figure out what this episode's about, just by the movie. The movie that you should watch is The Blind Side, with Sandra Bullock and Tim McGraw and some other people. And it's a really good movie, and it'll pull out your heartstrings, and it'll get you pumped. And it's just such a good movie, and you just need to watch it. It's also a football movie, which is a perk. Have you guys seen The Blind Side?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, they're on board, so they agree. Whether they said it or not, they agree.
Surprisingly, I don't like sports movies, and I really like that one, so.
My favorite movie is a sports movie, so Remember the Titans.
I only like a few sports movies.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Have you seen Remember the Titans?
Yes, I've seen Remember the Titans.
And you don't just love it?
It's good.
It's good. I guess I can't say anything. It's like Morgan and Me Before You. It's okay.
Yeah, see?
So good. It's so good. And don't cry your face off.
No, you won't.
If you have a heart, you cry. So.
I guess I don't have a heart, but it's fine.
I was gonna say, where's mine at then?
Yeah.
You didn't cry when you watched it?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so maybe you're the weirdo.
I don't think so, truly.
Have you seen Me Before You?
No.
Okay.
You better. No cry.
What's it on? Netflix?
I'm not sure.
Let's
I have...
start a poll. Did you cry or did you not cry?
Yeah.
Should cry. Definitely cry. Oh my gosh, it's so sad.
It pulls a
He
little
still
bit.
made that decision after he made her fall in love with him. Ah, are you kidding me?
She's very passionate
Oh
about
my
this movie.
gosh, yeah.
Like watching it on replay.
Yeah, I don't know. Prime Video probably.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't
I
know.
don't think it's on like Netflix or maybe Hulu.
Maybe Hulu. That's
I'll have to look it up.
yeah. I don't know. Anyways, okay. So today our episode is about adoption. Now this is something that I don't personally have any experience with, but these lovely co-hosts and friends of mine have, and that is why they are the perfect people to talk about it. So there are many, many types of adoption out there. I'm just going to go over a few because y'all don't have 3 hours to listen to us babble. But anyways, so there's open adoption, which is where the biological parents and the adoptive parents all kind of work together and they decide on a plan and really on how much involvement there is between the children or child that is adopted and the biological parents. And then there is closed adoption where the biological parents are not involved at all. And then, so when you are adopted or you're choosing to adopt somebody, you can do it through an agency where they essentially do all the legwork for you. And then there is also like independent or private adoption where, you can find somebody yourself or have a family member. And some of these things we will learn about through these guys today, but that's going to be their story. So let's take it over to Brooklyn, and she's going to tell one of her adoption stories.
So, I was adopted at the age of 15. I went into foster care when I was 11 or 12. My memory is kind of shit from back then, so...
Just bear with us.
Yeah. My younger brother and I went into foster care together, and we went through 3 foster homes, not including our grandparents when we first went in. And then our dad now, he was our last foster placement, my last foster placement, and then he ended up adopting me, when I was 15, so.
Okay, so when you found out that you were being adopted, especially at such, it's not common for teenagers to be adopted at all.
Mm-mm.
So what was your initial thoughts and feelings and reactions when your dad decided to do that?
Honestly, it was a huge relief because my dad wasn't supposed to take me. They were gonna split my brother and I up for the first time because my brother's 5 years younger than me, and my dad already had another boy living in the house, so it would have been easier, and like they were closer in age, so it made more sense for my brother to go live there. And with me being a teenager, because I was 14 at this point, they were gonna put me in a girls' home basically, and let me age out of the system because I was a teenager, and nobody wants teenagers.
Yeah.
But since I had raised my brother, I went with him to meet my dad, and because I was very protective, and my dad asked my caseworker, he was like, "Who is this?" And like they explained that I was his sister. And so then he was like, "Nope, you can't split them. Like, I'm going to take her too." And so then he took me as well, which was a huge relief. And then when he adopted me, it was like, honestly, it was like the floodgates opened because I was never allowed to show emotion before. And then, like, I was adopted and I finally had a home. And it was like every emotion for the last 15 years of my life just came out in like the next 3 years, and I like never stopped crying.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, it was great, don't get me wrong, but I was so emotional.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So what would you say, like, how long did it take from like when your dad decided to adopt you? How long did it take? What was the hardest part of the whole process?
I cannot tell you exactly how long you have to be living in the home. I think it's like six months maybe? Do you know?
I think it depends on the cases.
Okay.
Because we went about a year.
Oh, okay. So I think mine was like 6 months, I want to say. I had to live with my dad before he could adopt me. Because there's like a time period. And like my birth parents' rights had to be terminated in that time period. And
Okay.
all of that stuff, which that was all pretty simple and easy with my birth parents. Neither one of them showed up, so they were just terminated. But it was just a waiting game. We just had to wait. That was it.
Okay. Okay. So to this day, do you celebrate your adoption day?
We do. I mean, we recognize it. My dad and I will text each other and just say, like, happy gotcha day, basically.
Yeah.
But it, like, we don't really make a big deal out of it anymore.
Right.
You know, it's just a recognize type of thing.
If you could say anything to your dad about adopting you, what would you say to him?
Hey, thanks.
So sentimental, Trevor.
You're pretty cool. No, he knows.
Oh, I know.
And he knows I could get all mushy. Like, I do that all the time. So, just, hey, thanks. You the real MVP.
Oh,
Listen,
that's
he is
funny.
the only one who signed up for me and has kept me this long. So,
Hey, brownie points there.
yeah.
All right. Should we move on to Morgan?
Yeah.
All right. So let's hear your story.
Let's see. So I I had my oldest I don't know, I was 20.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's not, yeah, I was. Yeah, and I wasn't a single mom. Okay, so I met my husband when my oldest was 5, almost 6. And so in that, like, 5, almost 6 years, I wasn't a single mom the whole time. There was a few years there where I had a terrible relationship, but most of that time I was a single mom. And I remember when it was like the Christmas before I met my now husband. He broke my heart. I asked him what he wanted for Christmas. He's like, "God, Dad."
Oh.
And I hadn't even met Steven yet. And I'm like, oh god. Yeah, that was ouch. But at this point when me and Steven met, my son, he hadn't talked to his dad and I can't remember if it was the Father's Day before I met Steven or the one before that. Which he had hardly ever had a relationship
Right.
with his biological father anyway. But, I mean, he didn't have any sort of father figure at all. Yeah, and then, I don't know, me and Steven met, and it's one of those, like, things where, you know, some people, you just, like, start dating, and you just, like, you kind of know right away. And I just definitely knew right away that, like, we were going to be together for the long haul. And it really did not take very much time at all of the two of us dating that we talked about. Eventually, he was like, yeah, of course, I'd love to adopt him. Like, I wouldn't want to, like, start a family with you and have a family and then him feel left out. And he's like, I love him. He's a great kid. We get along great. So that conversation happened really early on. Yeah, well, because you're gonna ask me some questions. So, like, I don't want to go, like, too...
Okay. Do you want me to ask questions? Okay.
Yeah, go
so
for
when he was like, well, yeah, I love the kid, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
What was your head? How did you feel? What were your reactions? Did you cry?
I don't know if I cried. Funny enough. Big crybaby over here. I don't think I cried. I was really happy because it just felt so natural.
Yeah.
Like the three of us together felt very
It was a fit.
Yeah.
Just fit perfect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So like after you had the twins, like he still wasn't adopted yet.
Yeah, that whole process kind of took a long time. Yeah, that was, well, because I'm just going to say it because I don't give a shit. My son's biological father was in prison when we started this whole thing. And like that, for some reason, like getting the lawyer to get a hold of him in prison, have him sign his rights over, that like took a lot longer than I thought it would take.
Right.
Yeah.
That's weird because I know exactly where he was.
You know? That's
Okay.
fine. I didn't actually. I had no idea. Really.
No, I mean like if he was in prison, I knew where he
Right,
was. So like
true, yeah,
to
like-
get him to sign papers and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he was like dragging his feet about it, which.
Why?
Exactly.
There was like maybe a 0.5% involvement since his whole life.
Yeah, truly.
And
Like, I don't.
that's
What do you hope?
giving a
Right.
little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is.
Like, I truly, they met each other like 4 or 5 times in that whole 5 years.
Right. And it wasn't like extensive amounts of time either.
No, it was like for a few hours at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you say that was the most challenging part about the whole process? Was trying to get past that to where it was okay to just move forward?
Yeah.
Okay. How did Fuzzy react when you told him?
He was thrilled, and he wanted to be a part of every part of it. Like our lawyer said, she was like, if he's not comfortable, if it's not something you want him to be involved with the termination of the biological father's rights, like he doesn't have to be there for that. He wanted to be there. He was happy to be there.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to know everything and how everything happened and all of it.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Do I have any more questions? Do you guys have any questions? No?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Amanda, we're going to move to you now.
Okay.
Okay, so just a little background.
So a little background with my situation. I did foster care for 3 to 4 years, and then at one point we didn't have any children, and I got a phone call that said, hey, we have this little guy, just wonder if you're interested. He's a pre-adopt. So right away we knew that he was available for adoption. That kind of sounds bad, but He was in a pre-adopt home before he came to us, but because of some behaviors and stuff, it just wasn't working out very well.
What's the difference between just being in foster care and being in pre-adopt?
So pre-adopt, his parental rights were terminated prior to everything.
Okay.
Yeah. So foster care, parents are still fully involved, trying to get things back on the right track and that sort of thing. And we're there to help them and to help the children to get back together to reunite. Mm-hmm. So him being a pre-adopt, we got the background of what they knew. He was 4 when we got him. And so just knowing some of the background, you kind of do, I want to say, a trial run.
Right.
Just to make sure that they jive with your family and all that. And I mean, they're not just going to say, he's pre-adopt, here you go.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, we decided that we were going to try it, see how it goes. And he still is. He's the cutest little kid.
Yeah, he is.
He's growing up, but dang, he's so cute. It was hard to be like, how could anybody like not make this work?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So in the long run, like Brooklyn was saying, sorry.
It's okay.
With time frames, like we did a year.
Okay.
Before we adopted him, we also chose to do PCIT therapy to help. That's play therapy to help our family as parent roles combine with him,
right?
To make things comfortable and just to really get that real feel. Children in foster care and adoption have a honeymoon phase, so you also kind of want to just make sure you get past that so that they're comfortable and what they're really like.
Yeah,
right. You see their good and their bad, and
otherwise. That's a really good thing to bring up because otherwise you run into what happened with my brother. Like, I didn't say that, but I was adopted first, and then my brother ended up leaving my dad's to go to a therapy level home because him and our younger brother, who was already adopted, butted heads really bad because of their mental health.
Okay.
And so because my brother was still in foster care, he went on to a therapy level home for a year to get extra help. And then came back to us and was adopted later.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I didn't realize that. I didn't know that. So, when you took him in, how long was it before? Like, yes, obviously he was super cute right away, but how long was it before you were like, yes, I'm going to do this?
Oh,
just the ballpark.
I don't know time frame wise. I mentally, I think, was ready for the long haul. My heart was just like, even the children that I had, bless you.
Sorry.
Even the children I had in foster care, like, I cared for them like my own children.
Yeah.
And so I visually couldn't imagine him going I couldn't imagine him going somewhere else, knowing the situation he was in. So I mentally kind of in my head was like, I'm gonna make this work.
Yeah.
And I don't know, time frame wise, I guess, how long.
Obviously within a year.
Yes. But, talking about it now, like, I don't think I realized that when I was going through it.
Right.
To be honest.
Like it was more of just like a natural transition, like he's just never gonna leave.
Yeah. Like I didn't want to be, he was in a poor kiddo. He was in several foster homes before the age of 4. And he remembers a lot of that, and I couldn't imagine that trauma, and I didn't want to be one of those other families that was like, nope, sorry, we're checking out.
Yeah.
I just, and we just worked through stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Obviously, yes, adoption day was for sure, but I knew probably when he first came, and I got that phone call that I couldn't say no.
Yeah. So were there like things that he did that you were like, he's a good fit for our family? Like, what made you want to? other than, like, obviously knowing his previous situation and not wanting him to have to go through any more than that, was there anything else?
His personality. I mean,
He's such a
the
funny kid.
imagination. Oh my goodness, it's great. I love him. You know, there's good and bad to everybody. I have my good and bad days, but
Right.
you know, he was so randomly loving. I mean, he was loving all the time, but there were those moments he'd come up and just hug you randomly and be like, "I love you," you know. And it's those moments that you're like, "Oh, this is why I do this."
Right. Yeah.
But his personality, I just feel like he was just a good fit. I don't know. Like, there's just, I don't know. There's just sometimes you know that you have a connection with people. I mean, that's how we all find our friends, is you have a connection. And I feel like because I didn't have him naturally or anything like that,
Yeah.
because you feel a connection with your kids, but I feel like I've had a connection with him. Just like he was one of my own from the beginning.
Right.
I just missed the first part.
Right.
Yeah.
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 You know, like you just know. There's just something about it.
Yeah. So, what challenges have you faced, whether it was through the adoption process or even since, you know, he's been fully a part of the family? Like, are there any challenges that you face, whether it's been, you know, with your oldest and him adjusting or...
Yes. My oldest and him fight like brothers. I mean...
Perfect fit!
There's a big age gap in there as well, so that doesn't help 100% either. But overall, I think they love each other. They really do.
Oh, yeah.
They just, boys have a different way of showing it. But some
By
of
cracking heads. Yes.
yeah. Some challenges are the trauma that he's faced doesn't go away.
Yeah.
You know, even though he's been with us since he's 4, it's still very much there and shows in different ways, whether it's mental health behaviors and, you know, just different ways. So day to day, we may struggle some days, we may have really good days, you know, but in the end, a lot of it stems from that trauma
Right.
that happened prior to. So we just got to try to figure it out and work through it. And he's still learning as well, like how to cope and deal and show emotion correctly and all that stuff. Like, he's young, he still has a lot to learn and how to handle all those things. And then to know what took us the longest is for him to know that he wasn't going anywhere. Because he was in several homes. He kind of had that thing, that mental thought of, if I'm naughty, I get to go somewhere else. So to know that we're there through thick and thin, you're not going anywhere, even if you want to.
Right,
We're not, so
yeah.
You're stuck with us. But that stems from the very beginning. And a lot of it is also he had to be self-sufficient. So he, at the age of 4, was very grown up in a sense because he was self-sufficient and he had to fight for himself. So, you know, we gotta, more so when he was younger, we had to remind him, well, those are decisions for mom and dad to make and to help make.
Yeah.
You don't have to make those decisions, you know, kind of relieve some of that. But it's hard. It's hard even at that age just to try to transition from that. But
Learning to rely on someone.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I get that.
So, I mean, this could be a question for Morgan or Amanda. You adopted him. Obviously, you already had your oldest. Both of you had more kids after. Was there any... Obviously, there's always jealousy with kids when you bring another one in. I mean, Boo was mad at me for like 2 weeks because I wouldn't take the twins back to the hospital. Ooh, fun fact. Amanda also has twins.
Yeah.
I do.
Join the twin party.
Yes.
So many of us.
We're waiting on Brooklyn.
You can keep on waiting.
Miracles happen
Blame Howard.
once in a while. No, quit blaming me. Everybody blames me.
Do not put that juju on me.
juju.
It's fun.
There's a lot of this
It's
juju
so much
in this
fun.
room.
Yeah.
Just can't even
I
get
am
from there.
recently single. Let's not put that juju on me.
What?
No. Mm-mm.
Anyways.
In time.
Maybe.
Or now.
Right now, literally. Right
We can prepare
Do you
you
want me
and
to
give
move
you
in with
sex.
you? A set of twins?
No.
Exactly.
I
Do
love
what?
you dearly. She's like, do you want me to move in with you, a set of twins? No. I love you dearly, but no.
Exactly. So don't put that juju on me.
And why not? You don't. You don't like it?
I have enough chaos in my life. Like, even like, so like, I'm like, okay, we need to like do something with friends. And like, okay, so there's going to be 7,000 kids, 3 parents. Like,
Yeah.
At least you know I'll clean.
Yes.
okay, so if we have a party, she will clean after our 12 children.
I'll take you.
Okay.
Hey, she does a great job, just saying. So was there any like other like issues that like whether it was like regression or resentment or anything that your oldest or your middle that showed when you guys had your younger kids?
No.
No? He was just excited?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I don't think I could ever see your son having any kind of
No.
resentment towards anything in his life.
No, but in fact, this morning, because he faked sick today. I'm sorry. But when I called the school and said that he was sick, the lady at the secretary, she was like, I just need you to know, he is such a good brother. And I was like, oh. And she's like, he'll go out of his way, like in between his classrooms, to go to the preschool room to check on his sisters.
Oh.
Yeah, just to make sure they're doing okay. If they're having a good day. I know. Like, oh, that's really sweet. He's such a good brother. And he loves his sisters.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. Oh, that's sweet.
That is sweet. So I gotta be honest, that might be a question for my mom. Because we were in the NICU
Oh, that's
for
true.
a while
That's
after
true.
they were born, and so I wasn't home, and they didn't come up to see him till about a week and a half, 2 weeks afterwards. But he was excited, and we still called home and whatnot. But I think the actuality of it took a while for it to kick in.
Right, because you guys
Because we
weren't
weren't
home.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
think about that.
Yeah, but I didn't notice any like resentment or jealousy. But we tried to involve the boys a little bit, but then also to make sure that they still got our attention like normal as
Yeah.
well. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Amanda also has twin girls, but hers are identical.
Well,
They
no.
are identical. I don't
No.
care what you say.
They are not identical that we're aware of yet.
Nice.
We're gonna do a little that 23andMe. My doctor told us about to do testing. Well, you have to spit into the thing, so my girls are not gonna do that at 14 and a half months.
That's true. Right.
So, but we have the kids, so we're gonna do it. But
Listen, they're babies. Just hold them like this, and they might.
You just like hold them upside down.
Once they're
Just for a little
teething,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah, the teething, that's brilliant. Just
Yes.
sit there and scoop it all up. Yeah.
Gross. Ew.
But yeah, so on the ultrasound, they are fraternal, but the doctor does think that there could be a slight chance that the egg split right away before that first ultrasound.
I think they're
Do you remember
identical.
talking about that?
Yeah.
before?
Right,
So
yes.
it's a really short period of time that, depending on when it happens, they could still be in different sacs, but be identical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have separate everything when
Right.
they were in the womb. So, but they're
Okay, so
they're
did
very
mine had
identical.
separate everything, and mine look like they're not even related.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what most fraternal twins don't look.
Right.
I mean, they don't. Mine look similar, but not identical.
Oh no, mine are
But yours look that.
mirrored.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alex's are mirrored too.
Yeah.
Are
Like,
Mm-hmm.
but are hers identical?
That I don't know. I'd have to ask her.
Alex? comment.
Did we not ask her when she was here?
Well, we might have, but I've kind of slept since then.
We have no brains. Sorry, Alex. I should know this.
You should.
I'm starting to learn how to tell them apart.
Well, that's good. I don't know how to tell her twins apart.
It's good. They're still babies.
Yes. So the pacifiers are different, color and stuff, and one of them has a birthmark on one of their arms.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
that was not there when they were born.
Really?
So I've
Yeah.
always wondered, when you have twins, how do you not mix them up in the damn hospital? How do you not name one and then accidentally change the name?
So we asked because they were life flighted in. Like, how did you not mix them?
Yeah.
Right.
The hospital that they were in, baby A was always by the door. Baby B was the furthest away from the door. And so when we switched rooms 3 times when we were there, and I was like, oh no, so the one on the left is going to be this. And they're like, no, this is how we make sure that they don't split.
See, if I have twins, I'm going to forget which one is which, and I'm going to fuck them up, and I'm going to give them the wrong name, and 18 years later, they're going to fucking
Okay,
do
but when
identity
you
for
have
the wrong one.
when you have multiple kids, it doesn't matter because you go through the whole list and sometimes throw the dog name in there too.
I mean, that's true. I do that anyways,
Yes.
but
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
When mine were born, baby A, there was only 12 minutes in between the two, but they like immediately just like slap a little
A band.
band on
Yeah,
the
they do.
ankle, and it said twin A, and then the next
Yeah.
one got twin B.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
we just, even though they didn't even look identical, I could tell them apart, but I left them suckers on for like
okay, but I
for
did
like a month
too.
until I really know for sure which
Right.
one's which.
Yes.
I did
You
the
get a
same
permanent
thing.
bracelet, you get
Yeah,
a permanent
yeah.
bracelet.
Okay, sorry, we veered off a little bit. That's my fault. Anyways, so we have another adoption story.
Hey, that's me.
It is. She's got 2. Woo!
So I also was a teen pregnancy. I got pregnant at 16, and I had turned 17 in February, and then I had him in May. We knew very early on that I was going to choose adoption as my route to go. Not that I don't think I couldn't have done it, but I knew being a teen mom wouldn't have given him the life that I wanted him to have. I wanted him to have a better life than I had, a better life than I thought I could have provided it at 17. I was a junior in high school. I didn't want him to grow up struggling in any sense of the word. So we knew very early on that adoption was going to be the way to go, and actually my dad's best friend at the time had stepped up and kind of offered to adopt him, and she became the dad through the whole thing. She went to all of my doctor's appointments with me. She was in the delivery room with me. She cut his umbilical cord. She named him, took him home from the hospital, adopted him right away. And yeah.
Okay, so do you think that part of your decision for choosing adoption was the way that you grew up?
Oh, 1,000%.
Okay.
1,000%.
Which makes, I mean, that makes sense. And I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know. Anyways.
It's not that I think he would have grown up exactly like I did, because I'm not my mother, and I would not
Right.
have raised him like my mother.
Right.
But I definitely struggle with a lot of mental health from the way that I was raised. And at 17, I was nowhere near mentally stable,
Yeah.
let alone financially stable, or stable in any sense of the word.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That takes a lot of maturity.
It does.
To realize that, and to see that, and a lot of like selflessness to love him so much that you know that he deserved better than you could have given him at the time.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's what, so his mom has, because he grew up always knowing that he was adopted. She never hid that from him. And, because that was always kind of my biggest fear too, was that he would grow up and resent me.
Yeah.
That was always my biggest fear. So she never like hid it from him or anything like that. And when he was actually the one who told me that he knew, because I didn't know that she had started talking to him about it or anything when he told me. And the only reasoning that she gave him was just that me and his mom both loved him, and that's why I gave him up, and that's why she adopted him. And that was the reason.
How old was he when he told you that he knew? Do you remember?
Oh God, he was little. So him and my youngest brother are only a year apart. And I want to say they were each sitting on one side of me when he told me this. And I still like remember it to this day. But I want to say they were like 5 and 6 maybe. I mean, they were young.
Yeah.
They were really young. And it like caught me off guard because he was like, I know where I came from, did you? And I just like thought he was talking about like reproduction or something.
Yeah.
You know? Like I'm like, no, where'd you come from? And he's like, I came from your belly. And I was like, what?
Oh, wow.
What?
Catches you off guard a little
Yeah.
bit.
I was like, okay.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So, what challenges, whether it was mentally or the process, did you face from the time that you decided to the time that you gave birth to him?
It was really hard kind of putting up that mental barrier of not getting attached.
Yeah.
Like, every time of, like, feeling that kick or that flutter or anything and trying to shut off that emotion of, like, oh my God, that's my baby kicking. You know, or, like, getting that excitement, like, trying to shut that down so that you don't get that emotional connection. And then, like, thankfully I was already in therapy because I was still continuing therapy from just being adopted. So I already had like a good support system going, like I was already talking to people, so like that was easier of a transition. But it was hard sitting down and having to write out a birth plan and like having to put in there like, do not put that baby on my chest when it comes out.
Right.
Like no physical contact. Like that was hard to like put in writing.
Yeah.
Because like I knew if they put him on my chest that would have been
The end of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still remember, so I was in labor, and I had my dad on this side of me, and then I had her on this side of me. And I just had him, and she cut his umbilical cord, and she comes back to me, and she goes, I think this means I need to go put the crib up now. Yes, ma'am, I think you do.
Oh my gosh.
She put everything up in the nursery except for the crib.
You can sleep on the floor. Oh my gosh, that's funny. So, it sounds like you had an open adoption. What's your relationship with him now? Like, what's it look like?
It's good. We don't see each other as much as I would like. Just distance, and I'm busy, and he's a teenager, and they recently just moved out of state. But we talk every once in a while. He'll Snapchat me every once in a while, check in. He's a great kid. It's been really cool watching him grow up and to see traits of myself come out in him, which is so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we have a great relationship. Not super close, but it's good.
I don't think I've seen a picture of him from forever. Does he look like you?
He does. He looks like my birth mother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and he's got a lot of traits of my brother too.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right.
Like he's a great kid, and he looks a lot like me. It just makes me realize how much I look like my mother.
You know, that's how people at my job are like, are you Robin's daughter?
Really?
How do you know? Well, you look exactly like her.
What?
Do I look like my mom?
In
No.
some respects, I can see some similarities, but I don't think you look that much like your mom.
Morgan's like, no.
I wouldn't even guess you people are related.
Oh yes, the accent.
Yeah, but
The way you talk,
Yeah.
but
Okay, but hers is like thick.
yeah.
yeah.
Mine only comes out when I
She's
go down
like-
there or I'm mad. And the tomato has arrived.
Oh, it got real hot in here.
And the tomato has arrived. Oh boy, wow. Oh, well, that escalated quickly.
Oh.
That's almost as bad as the fucking tomatoes.
Tomatoes and onions.
Tomatoes in the onion water?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Wait, what?
At Brenda's
Celebration of life.
Um,
So there's this
Yeah.
TikTok trick that I learned that if you cut an onion in half and you put it in water before you cut it, it helps bring down the crying, whatever.
Oh, well, I need that.
Well, so Emma was cutting onions and I was cutting tomatoes on the other side of the table. Don't ask me why. But I was talking and I took my handful of tomatoes that I had just cut. And instead of putting them in my bowl of cut up tomatoes, I put a cup of onion water.
Dingbat.
Confident as ever, just
I was like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what was her reaction?
she's just like, what? And I was like, wait, what? No idea what I was doing.
Alright, so Brooklyn likes tomato onion water, if anybody wants to know.
Crazy talks.
But it won't make her cry, so there's a plus.
That trick really does work, though.
Oh, does it? Because I be cutting onions and I'm like sobbing.
I was gonna. Are you sure? Because I looked over the whole time. I was like,
No, because no, she did. She cut one onion that she didn't soak, and that's when she started crying really bad.
okay, yeah.
So how long do you have to soak it for?
We didn't soak it very long,
Okay.
but it does work better if you cut it in half
Okay.
and let it soak.
And let it
Because
soak.
like the first two, she didn't. She just took the outside shell off and put it in the water.
Just throw a whole onion. Onion bath.
Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, why don't you cut it in half? It might work a little bit better. And that's what she did, and it worked better.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Oh my, no, I seriously, I just rolling down my face.
Well,
Rolling.
James cut some and he's like, doesn't shed a tear. And I'm like, are you a mutant?
human?
Right?
I like put my head in the freezer.
You put that glass lid on and pull your
Yeah,
booty
I've
up.
seen that. It's so smart.
Okay,
That's right.
doesn't work. Tried it.
Did you really?
Yes. If it's
no
after.
No pictures.
No.
Oh my gosh, you would look like an astronaut.
I need you to
That'd be so
reenact this
Yeah.
and give us pictures.
cool. Yeah.
I feel like you guys have enough embarrassing pictures of me.
No.
There's
Certainly
I
We
don't
never
have
enough.
enough recent
Yeah.
ones.
Recent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I tossed the salad today and you got a video.
That was a knee slapper.
Grandma.
You tossed the salad.
Oh my god, would you two get it together? I'm crying out loud.
I think we're pretty hilarious.
I don't think people realize how much has to get cut out of these episodes.
Listen, some people like this though.
Yeah.
I think you should add more in, honestly.
Yeah. I've heard a lot that people like when we are like not jiggling the table. When we are just going off script and not
Yeah.
scripted.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, we were. Yeah.
Pretty off script.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it definitely shows personalities a lot more and people can connect better.
Yeah.
When we try to be scripted, we're like, Morgan, it's your turn. She's like, oh.
Here I am.
I'm literally never following along. I have no fucking idea what's going on at any point in time ever.
And sometimes they like give her the eye like, speak.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Earlier when you were asking me questions, and then I just like was like buffering. I just
Buffering.
yeah, I don't know.
You just time out.
Yeah, truly. I just thought about something else and I'm like
Tomato onion water. What? No, adoption.
Like, oh my god, we're literally recording a podcast right now.
Oh my gosh, before we left, Bean was like, Amanda, are you on the podcast? She's like, yeah. Why are you so judgmental, kid?
And then he yelled at me, "No, you're not." Well, not yet, but I'm going to be.
So judgmental.
Jesus.
Kids
Wow.
know it all.
Yeah.
Oh, he definitely does. You could tell him that the grass is frickin' purple, and he would be like, no, it's actually zebra colored.
Yes.
And I know
Yes.
this
Mm-hmm.
because I know everything.
I have one like that as well.
Yeah, yep, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wait till the twins get personalities.
They kind of do.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure they
I mean, they
probably already have
yeah.
one, but
Yeah.
Wait till they blossom more.
So they can.
Speak. Weird.
That is weird.
Weird. Anyways, okay, well, we should probably wrap this up.
probably.
Probably.
Hold on, you gotta give a shout out to my oldest. Because he really didn't think I was gonna do this.
I'm not supposed to say names.
That's
What do I call him?
Bubba.
We got 3 here.
okay, everybody's got a Bubba. It's alright.
You can call him C. I don't care what you call him.
To my other child. I have a few of those. Your mom's on here.
She did it.
Don't be that guy.
He's the reason he'll watch. Or we're the I
No.
said that wrong. We're the reason why he will watch. Because he's like, when's it coming out? I don't know.
Oh,
Oh my
February.
gosh, February, yeah.
After Valentine's.
After Valentine's.
Yeah.
You'll see this. It's after Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
The holiday that should be a second Halloween.
Ooh, yes. But we wear diapers and shoot people with arrows.
Okay, I'm down.
I'll shoot people there. Not be wearing a diaper.
No.
If I don't wear pants, I'm down.
That's true.
Nobody wants to see me in only a diaper. So.
Oh, man.
Pants off,
Okay,
dance off.
She didn't say only a diaper. She just said in a diaper.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can wear a
true.
t-shirt like Phil and Lil.
I love
Oh my
that.
gosh, that's such a cute idea.
Halloween. Rugrats. I'll be Chucky.
That'd be fun. That'd be so
That
fun.
would be so fun.
Yeah.
Can I be Chucky?
Yeah.
Chucky fence. My hair works perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my
Are you
gosh.
gonna parade around town so that we all can enjoy this?
You were in the conversation, so you're kind of just involved.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be Angelica.
I was gonna say Morgan can be
I'm
Angelica.
Angelica.
I could be your Cynthia doll.
Okay. I'm gonna cut your hair like this.
But that cosmetology school to use.
That's right.
Oh, that's funny. So, yeah, maybe Halloween we're gonna be the Rugrats. You never know. It's fine. Okay, anyways, my second child. She's on here. Don't doubt her. That's rude. I taught you better than that.
Yeah, and she's a natural too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
Just wait till we have the...
You did great.
Yeah, you did great. And we're gonna maybe do a twin episode. We don't have enough mics for all of
Listen,
Everybody
I don't have
does.
twins, so Alex can sit right here.
But you still have to be involved.
Okay, but I can share a mic because I don't have twins, so I don't have to be mean.
You're gonna get all the juju.
Yeah.
And maybe by then I'll have another mic. We'll see.
Mike. Mike, Drake.
I was
Hump
gonna
day.
put a
Oh, it's hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, on that note,
Bye.
all of our socials are in our show notes. Reach out to us. We're still taking on any
Morale
of that.
support.
Morale support. Check us out. Give us a like, a follow, a listen.
Do the things in all the places.
Yeah. We love to hear from you guys. We love your feedback.
Yeah.
Keep bringing it in. Until next time.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up because I gotta pee so bad.
Bye.
Bye.
Although we call it chaos, it's what we thrive in best.
Until we meet again, chaos creatures.
Stay you, stay true, and embrace the chaos.